Hi, everybody. Cohh here. This is a quick little update. For those that haven't heard, due to DMCA reasons, we are no longer keeping VODs on the channel. So what this has done, unfortunately, is a lot of the people that watch the VODs expressed that they kind of missed on YouTube a lot of our kind of semi-daily news updates in the morning. So what our buddy Red Eyed Monster has done, thanks Red, is set up a playlist so we can start putting small clips on YouTube, just kind of giving you guys channel updates, let you know what's going on, any interesting news, that kind of thing. So people that are just on YouTube that are coming there from the VOD system won't feel, completely left out. These little segments will just be like brief news, things going on in my life, schedule changes, things like that. And we'll keep these kind of separate from the gaming. So for those that aren't interested, well, you know where to find the games. Anyway, let's go right in. So first of all, as you guys know, I got a motorcycle. I rode it around yesterday, and I have already laid it down and broke it. It's got to be some kind of record. So, so basically, I'm self-teaching myself, and I'm not hurt. Basically, what happened was I had some great. I'm learning how to shift, learning how to deal with the clutch. I used to drive manual transmission in my car. So it was relatively good, but it's still very different. On a bike, your left lever on your handlebars is your clutch and your right is your front brake. So for me, coming from like a biking background, those have always been my brakes. So it's kind of weird for me sometimes to like be holding down the left thing, especially like when you're moving and not stopping. So basically what happened was, I was getting used to, clutching, and I was in first, and I was about to pull out. And on this particular bike I have, I got a Ninja 650 ABS to kind of learn, biking before the arch comes later. And I was in my driveway, and I'd already, ridden around a little bit, and I'm just riding up and down my road for now. I'm not going on any main roads or anything. I'm just kind of learning, trying to get muscle memory down and stuff. And I remembered that, when I'm letting go of the clutch in first, I need to give it just the tiniest bit of throttle to make sure that, I'm going forward so it doesn't like choke out or anything. So I did that. I started giving it some throttle, and it was about that moment that I realized I had not held down the clutch. So what's interesting about motorcycles that I learned very quickly is that it only takes the tiniest bit of throttle to really kick that thing into overdrive. Yes, it does. So basically what happened with my wife, 15 feet away doing something, I managed to like instantly start spinning my back tire, and this bike just right out from under, just like turned and smacked right on its side. So day one, I've already laid my bike down. Now I picked it right back up. Thankfully, I got like the bike that I got is like considered it's a beginner bike. It's not very heavy, and I stood it up, and everything was fine actually, except one little thing. My shifting pedal is bent up. Now, funny enough, because I have big old floppy feet, the fact that my shifting pedal is bent up now means that my foot fits perfectly under it. And it all still works. I actually kept riding for like another hour yesterday. It was great, and everything was good. And I learned a very important lesson about that. So doing it, so everything's good. Everything's great now. And I've already ordered the new piece, and I told the story to the people I bought the bike from, and the guy on the phone was like, "Yeah, this is kind of normal for new riders. Like, don't worry about it." But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. I know some of you have asked to like follow along with my biking stuff, so that's where we are. I'm probably gonna get a little bit in today. I'm probably gonna ride like a 30 minutes an hour a day, just kind of get everything down. Later this month or next month, I'm doing the whole motorcycle school thing and getting my permit so I can actually go on public roads and everything. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and that was good. So anyway, that's bike stuff, and I'll keep you guys posted on my little adventure here, and go from there. So anyway, moving on. For those that haven't heard, Cyberpunk has been delayed. Yeah, again. This time the delay was not so much the technical reasons for the game. The delay was because they're having a lot of issues with COVID and everything, like getting the game shipped out and everything. They say the new date is mid-December. I want to say December 10th. I could be wrong. Yeah, there's like 9 different platforms that they're having to ship it out on. But again, let's be real. At this point, I love CDPR, but am I expecting the game to be here on the 10th? It's kind of a fool me once situation, where at one point you just have to be like, yeah, okay, CDPR, November 10th or December 10th. See you then. Okay. Great. I mean, I'm going to move on my plans to the 10th, of course. I've already checked with Lena. I'm taking my vacation from the 10th to the 17th. Basically going to Bermuda in, going to Tahiti. But yeah, so we're gonna shoot for December 10th for the big playthrough. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Now the good news, and the reason I'm actually really talking about this, is this means we're gonna play Yakuza a lot earlier. This means that we can basically do our big Yakuza playthrough like early. So I think we're gonna be checking that out. Yakuza is gonna be coming a little bit sooner than expected. We also are gonna have Valhalla. We're gonna have Demon Souls. Honestly, I'm not super disappointed that it got pushed back. Like, a lot of people were like, oh, I bet Cohh is super disappointed. I mean, a little, but for me, anticipation is half the fun, and I can't wait for Cyberpunk. I'm really looking forward to it. So another few weeks is fine, and we have plenty of stuff we can do until then. So yeah, just as a heads up, we will probably be doing Yakuza a little bit earlier. Still planning on doing Demon Souls. Still planning on checking out AC Valhalla, hoping that's good. And yeah, that's where we're going from there. So yeah, the Neo 2 DLC, we got to get that on there as well. A slur, not really. He says, how do you feel about the delay means that even more crunch for the devs? Jason Schreier tweeted out yesterday one of his contacts did a 100-hour week at CDPR and others are looking ill. Does that concern you? Not really. I mean, I'm really torn on this crunch thing because crunch is bad. I hate crunch. I don't think it's good, and I think it's a bad look, especially where CDPR, specifically said they weren't going to crunch, and then it's pretty clear that they're doing some crunching. But the thing is that it's important to mention that this getting pushed back, they would have been doing the same amount of work anyway to get out these patches and get things fixed. And honestly, I know it's really alarmist to see tweets like that from Jason Schreier, but it's also important to mention, that guy that worked 100 hours, was he forced to, or did he just really want to get his stuff done? That guy that looked sick, was he just sick, or was he sick because he's working so much? It's really easy to look at tweets like that and be like, oh my God, this is terrible, everything's on fire. But it's also just kind of there's really no explanation to either of those things. It seemed very kind of alarmist. Hell, maybe that guy had COVID. Who knows? Maybe he's just sick. It doesn't mean that he's sick because he's crunching. It doesn't mean that at all. We don't know that. So if he had put up an in-depth interview with these people or something, and they made it clear, then I'd pay more attention to that. But at the same time, it's kind of especially with this kind of stuff, I don't want to be alarmist. I just don't want to be alarmist, and that's kind of how that goes. But that being said, I do want to make it clear, I don't like crunch. And I really don't like how, it was very much implied there would not be crunch, and then it looks like there is crunch. That sucks. That's not a good look. So, yeah, I do hope that this stuff gets better, and I certainly hope that CDPR realizes, with as many eyes that are on them right now, that it's really important to treat your employees properly, make sure that they're doing this right. It's really not okay to overwork people, especially in positions where they don't want to be. So I'm hoping and really hoping that this is kind of making a mark. I mean, it's a big deal right now, so I'm hoping they're paying attention to it and going from there. But again, I want as much information as I can have, and I certainly don't want to bandwagon and do that kind of stuff. So I'm trying, I'm following all this stuff closely and kind of seeing where it goes. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that stuff. I think even he tweeted the delay is not going to change much because they were already doing whatever they were doing to get the patches and stuff out. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not too happy about the digital copies being delayed. Yeah, the whole delay thing is just so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. I mean, it's tough, man. There's no good way to do this. There's no there's no positive way to spin it, especially when they made the big deal of announcing that it was gold and stuff. And then just 2 days ago, the management guy on Twitter confirmed with someone that it was coming out in November. It was it brings up all these questions, like, why was this decision made? How was this not known months before? Like, come on, guys. Like we were talking about last night during Hades. I really wish in this case that CDPR would stop giving dates and just be like, look, we still need to work on the game. We'll let you know when it's done. Like, just stop missing deadlines. Stop it. Just tell us you need to keep working on it and we'll wait for it. But stop, like, building up expectations and then knocking them down. Building up expectations, knocking them down. That's not. Did I read the message? Of course I read the message. I read it live on stream. Yeah. But yeah, so it's unfortunate. And again, I'm really hoping this December date is the last one, but I think I'd be dumb. I think I'd be dumb to be like, oh, this is it. Like, again, it's a fool me once situation. So yeah, we'll see. And I very much hope that it gets done. I also want to point out, by the way, that I saw some people ragging on the devs for this. Don't rag on the devs for this. The social media guys, the developers working on the game, they're not making these decisions. They're not the ones doing this. Don't rag on the devs. The people that are making these decisions are the management, the people that are trying to make money, the people that are in PR. Those are the guys that are making this stuff. The devs, man, I don't even know if they knew this stuff was coming. So they're doing the best they can. They're working their ass off on this stuff. So yeah, just make sure, just like all the Twitch and DMCA stuff, make sure you're angry at the right people. So that's all. Don't put any these guys are already frustrated. They're already working hard on this. The last thing they need is people yelling at them, or giving them death threats, as we learned on Twitter last night, for that kind of stuff. It's just not cool. It was yeah. I made a tweet about that for those that don't know. One of the CDPR dev people tweeted out that he was essentially receiving death threats from people for the delays, and it's like, not only does he have nothing to do with this, but that is such a line. Come on, man. That is such a line. Sure, be mad. Sure, be angry. Sure, you put in time off for November and your boss won't let you move it. It sucks. But shit happens. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. Be mad about it. I'd be furious about it. But that doesn't mean you make death threats over Twitter and email and stuff. Like, that's just, I mean, there's lines. There's lines. I'm not trying to invalidate how you feel. But I am saying there are lines. There are thick, big lines you don't cross. And that is definitely one of them. So anyway, that's all. Okay, any other news items to cover before we get started? We're going to be doing Witcher 3 Heart of Stone today. Really looking forward to that. Going to be working on that for the next little bit. It looks now more and more feasible to finish Heart of Stone and Blood and Wine before Cyberpunk. That is awesome. In just a couple days, we are also going to be taking a look at the final chapters of Visage, and probably the new Dark Anthology's Little Hope game. Looking forward to checking both of those out. And then also maybe another look at Watch Dogs. I keep getting told by people that they had much better experiences than I did, so maybe there's some kernel of something in there, but maybe not. I really don't know. I really don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be the kind of thing where it's like, if I may peruse some VODs and see some other people play it and maybe want to give it another try, but I don't know. Pick the granny next time. Maybe the granny and like old dudes. Maybe I just need to make a geriatric run, and that would make it a little bit more my speed. Handsome Rev says, was it so disappointing? It was just, there were things about it that made me feel exactly like I was playing Watch Dogs 2. Essentially. No, I didn't. Thank you, Rowan. He's adorable. But yeah, there were things in Watch Dogs Legion that made me feel like I was playing Watch Dogs 2. And a lot of people liked Watch Dogs 2, and if you're one of them, that's great, more power to you. But it wasn't for me. I didn't like the aesthetic. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the try-hard humor. I didn't like Watch Dogs 2. So it wasn't for me. And I felt a lot of that when I played Legion. Okay, boomer, I know. But again, something that I kept getting told over and over is that it's like, just don't pick those types of characters then, and you can kind of like make your playthrough. You can get away from that kind of stuff if you don't like it. So that's the only thing that makes me go back and be like, you know what, let me give this a try again maybe, and we'll kind of see from there. Oh, also quick Hades news. We're going to be doing more Hades tonight, some drinking Hades, and last night not only did we beat Heat 16 on Hell mode, but we beat EM4 on Heat 16 in Hell mode. I was pretty happy about that, using our fabulous Kobo build. which is one of my favorite ones now. I may try to do a 32 heat run with that build and see if we can get lucky. But yeah, it was great. EM4 on hell mode is done, and going from there. Zithrian says, "Aren't you sick of Hades?" If I was sick of Hades, I wouldn't be playing it. The Hades streams are one of the most chill, relaxing, just fun streams. It's to the point now with Hades where I can like play it and actively keep up with chat in most cases. So the cozy streams have been actually really fun. They've been really great, and a lot of chill people show up, and it's just been super chill. Now my goal for Hades is to finish all the quests and get the epilogue on hell mode. So there is an end for me. There will be a point when I am done with Hades, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet, and I'm still having fun. And for all the people that are being like, "Well, I'm so sick of Hades," blah blah, then don't come watch my stream in the cozy stream, because the cozy stream is for me. Sorry, that's my time. And if I'm having fun with it, I don't care if no one comes to show up and watch it. I'm on my clock for that. So yeah, that's fine. That's extra. The cozy stream is always extra. So I'm just gonna do what I want. And there'll be day streams for the people that don't like it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, guys, that's it for this update. Thank you for being here and putting up with my talking. We're gonna get into Witcher 3 today and going from there. And yeah, see you next update.